Hello, Jason Rise with Lotpop. I'm going to try this again. I just went to a live and my mic was on mute for 30 seconds or so. So I kicked it out and now I am live again. And what I want to do, I'm going to delete my old one while I'm on here and can't find it. So I want, it's 21 days of do's and don'ts in December. So every Monday through and Friday, I plan on doing a quick tip for December. And we're going to do a do's and don'ts, less than 10-minute tips. So this one is a do. Do be proactive in stocking. And what I mean by that is working with a lot of inventory management tools. They look at sales history. Thank you, Gary. Thank you, John Roswick, for that. I got to delete that other one. All right. So a lot of stocking tools are more reactive than they are proactive, meaning it waits for you to sell something to tell you to get something. So for example, if you're light and intermediate SUVs, or you have 2 in stock and sold 3, then it's telling you to get one, which is great. You got to do that. And so the problem is, you know, a lot of dealerships go through even a weekend, even maybe a good weekend or a good week, and all of a sudden they sell a lot of cars. So they're in a hurry to go buy a bunch of cars at the lane. They got to go restock up. So they buy a bunch of cars, maybe they buy 15 or 20, and then get these cars into a turnaround time into their service that's only used to handling 5 or 10 cars. So now all of a sudden they're getting jammed up in turnaround time, which leads to cars not getting photoed, not getting online, not getting priced effectively, all this jam up, and that causes a bleed through for your inventory because we're waiting for the car to sell before we replace it. So one of the things that we work with our dealerships and what we create, it's kind of like this lot predictor, is we, well, I'll start out with what you can do yourself right now is, if anything, be proactive. Especially if you have a 60-day aging policy, look at what's 45 to 50 days old. You know those cars are going to leave your lot in the next 10 to 14 days. So be shopping for its replacement, because if I sell it today, it's Thursday, I might not hit the auction I need to be buying them at till Monday or Tuesday. They transport to Wednesday. If it's local, it might take another day or two, and then service and back out on, and before it's in and out of service and back on ready for sale, that replacement car might take 10 or 15 days to fill that car slot. So if I'm just waiting to sell it and then I go get one, it can go 2 weeks before those cars are actually ready for sale. So to be proactive, already be looking for those replacement cars on your aged inventory that you know you're blowing out. Get those cars bought, transported into your service and turnaround time. Okay, so do that. You know, one of the things that we did, and you can do this yourself if you have the ability, you know, pulling some of the systems, you can pull out your sales history, see what F-150 sold for, price to market, how long it took to sell, or types of vehicles like intermediate SUVs, leave your lot in, you know, 30 days, price at 95%. So one of the things that we do, excuse me, is a lot predictor, is if we know over the last 45 days intermediate cars, you sold 20 of them, and like I said, they sell at 29 days old at 95%. If those are what those cars sell for, well, we look at current inventory and say, here's a 45-day-old car, so it's older than what they tend to sell for. Remember, they sell in 29 days, and we're priced at 93%. So again, that's priced more aggressive than what they tend to sell for at 95%. So predictably, this car at its age and its price to market should be leaving my lot soon. So even though it's not in that age category yet, it's not 50 days old, these are cars that you should be aware of that probably have a high probability of leaving. And if I'm buying cars this week ahead of time, then I'm getting ahead of this weekend when I have a big weekend and boom, all these cars sell. We're already got these coming down the pipeline. And I'm not jamming up my service department. If I can, instead of having these peaks and valleys of stocking of, oh, we're heavy, oh, let's drop the price, boom, we sell a bunch, oh crap, we got to go buy a bunch, and then we have peaks and valleys in our stocking levels on these type of cars. If we can be more consistent on that because we're getting ahead of it and not being reactive, that allows our turnaround time to be better. That allows our, understanding on trades even and stuff. If we, should I step up on this trade or not because I need it or don't? Well, I already got some coming, so I don't as much as I need this. Not that you're going to pass on a deal on a trade, but those are things that you could be considering. So back to the point, and again, make this a quick one, is you're going to want to be proactive in stocking. Look at, if you don't have a way to kind of know what's leaving at what price point and what age point, kind of like we're able to do with our system, is at least look at the cars that you have either priced really aggressively and getting a bunch of activity, or if you have a strict 60-day age policy and that car's leaving your lot at the end of the month, well then start buying the replacements now, knowing that that's going to happen, and get ahead of it. And again, if you can avoid the peaks and valleys of stocking levels, that'll avoid the turnaround time, the delay in photo percentages and the lot ready, and the delays on, well, I don't want to change the price yet because the pictures aren't done and it just got out of service and it's 14 days old, and that kind of stuff happens. So going into 2019, I would say be more proactive with your stocking and not just reactive. If you like a free demo, give me a call at jrice@lotpop.com. I'm sorry, give me an email, jrice@lotpop.com. I'm reading these messages, trying to talk at the same time. Or just go to our website, www.lotpop.com, free evaluation. We do a demo, but I also not just give you a demo, but we give you some insight and tips that you can do today, issues that we find that you can do today to make changes with or without our services. So I don't like calling them a demo. Check out all of our other videos. I got about 150 of them on YouTube. Go to YouTube and look for Lotpop Inc., and you'll find a list of them there. Quick tips, we have interviews ranging from anything, and all these videos get uploaded to SoundCloud, which then uploads to iTunes and podcasts. So if you're on Apple, you can get to iTunes and look for Lot Party or Lotpop. You'll find all of our episodes, 150 plus. If you can't watch, you can listen. Or if you don't have an Apple device, SoundCloud has all those on there too. So check those out. Hopefully this was helpful, and we'll get you a tip tomorrow. Thanks for joining.